Welcome to the Boundless Bible. My name is David Shapiro.
Hey, I'm Javi Marquez.
And I'm Jason Holloway. Welcome to Quick Questions with David. It is Monday. We're excited for some questions. And what do you got for us today, David?
Here we go. What's harder for you, loving your enemies or forgiving your friends?
Man, what a question.
That is
David,
good.
I'm gonna pull you first.
Okay, that's fine. For me, I think loving my enemies is going to be easier, only because if you have a problem with somebody, if you're not a fan of somebody, for me, loving them is kind of, I go, all right, I'm called to this and I can do it. And you just kind of grunt through it. And I'm okay with that. But there's something emotional that happens when you have a friend. And if you're forgiving them, it means they did something that needs forgiving. And being betrayed by a friend is just, to me, it's funny because reading Shakespeare when I was younger, Et tu Brute is like one of those lines that stick in my brain. I'm going, I can't, like, how do I react to somebody who I tore down my wall for? And you took advantage of that. Yeah. So I think that, yes, forgiving a friend, not that I can't do it, but man, that's a lot harder for me than,
What about you, Javi?
When I first hear that question, the first thing I think about is forgiving my friends. Mm-hmm. I've done it many times, so I think it's more familiar.
It's more familiar.
It's more familiar.
That's funny.
I think forgiving my friends is easier for me just because there is a love there that happens that I have for people. And not only that, I feel like we're all humans, and sometimes I take a step back. I try to put myself in their shoes and go, you know what? I probably would have done the same thing, or maybe I have done something like that to them or someone else. So I think it's easier for me to forgive my friends and be able to, pray for them, pray for myself, and just kind of really deal with the situation, righteously in a good way. Mm-hmm. And I think that's given me hope and peace.
Yeah, it's funny. I hate to not answer the question, but I don't think I can answer the question only because I'm in your boat. I see everybody as human, and I know how many things I've screwed up in my life. And oftentimes the screw up was with good intention. Yeah. And I know the screw up was with, it may have bothered somebody, but it came with like such good desire to help them or to do. And so I tend to see all people, enemy, friend, or otherwise, as so intensely human that I'm like, they did it for a reason. They didn't do it because they were trying to hurt. They did it because they're hurt. They did it because they're broken in their own ways. Like,
good way to think about it.
You know what I mean? Like we all, I mean, it's funny. We all have our crosses, right? So what's easy for one is hard for another. And this is not something that's hard for me only because like I've just been the victim of people like blaming me for things so much in my life that I'm like, wait a second, that was unfounded. Yeah. And so I tend to look at people that way. And I just realize that people are going to screw up constantly. And whether they're enemy or friend, whether they're enemy or friend, they deserve that same respect and benefit of the doubt of, second chances. Right? Yeah,
second chances is big. I think that's what it is.
Even if it's
you're a friend and
7 times 70, right?
If you're a friend and you do something wrong, I'm coming after you.
Oh man,
yeah. I mean, like I said, I totally get it. I totally get it, and I see how people. I know a lot of people who are very, very grudge holding people. Yeah. And particularly because it's the people that you care about, that you're vulnerable enough, and they hurt you. Like I said, this is just one of those random things I don't suffer with. Like,
that's
but,
great.
I suffer with plenty of other things. Don't worry.
What's cool is maybe actually connecting with an enemy. Yeah. And going, man, you're awesome. Like, you're good. We should have been friends a long time ago. Like, I resented you, or I want to stay away from you, but like getting to know you has been, a blessing.
I don't want to make this into a. I don't want to turn this into a long questions, but there's something I watched one time. There was this TED talk where this person said they try and have coffee with people who send them hate mail. Oh, and I thought it was really fascinating because the idea was like anybody who doesn't agree with you, anybody who thinks that you're, think you're bad, or they, sending you hate mail, to meet with them, you get to understand why. You get to understand where they're coming from. And again, it's one of those things that just like clicked in my brain that like one of the things they said is that when you learn about people and why they're acting these ways, it's because they're hurt in the first place, right? Yeah. And we all want to be forgiven of our sins. We all want to be realized that we're not hurting you on purpose. We're hurting you because it's a reaction that we learned, probably a self-defense. And I just thought that was a really fascinating thing.
Yeah, they're hurt or you are doing something wrong.
Yeah, or right? You don't even realize you're doing it. That's fair.
That shines, that's, oh, wow, my friend probably never told me, but you, that's the enemy that have no relationship with me.
You have no problem telling me.
You're able to see those things and tell me. And wow, I resented you for that, or I didn't like you for that. You're my enemy in a sense. So you getting a chance to sit down and really speak through and go, oh my God, you know what? I never thought that I'm doing those things.
Yeah. I mean, this is the beauty of Christianity, right? Like how many other philosophies on this earth tell you to turn the other cheek?
Yeah.
How many other philosophies on the earth tell you to forgive your enemies, right? None of them do. And I think I kind of learned it outside the faith, but it's so much more strong and it's so much more founded and it's so much more grounded with the faith. And I can put the terms of sinner on it and I can put the terms of grace and I can put the terms of mercy on it. And it means so much more.
Yeah.
So
thank you,
guys. Thanks for coming to the first ever long questions.
That was a long one.
We appreciate your time as always. We hope you have a good week and we'll talk to you again soon. Thanks a lot.
Later.